So I am back at Granite Creek Trailhead, and I'm going to try to go to Thompson Lake today. So, only car in the parking lot right now. Hopefully I don't run into a bear. There's been a lot of bear sightings lately, but they'll probably run away from me anyways. I'm pretty scruffy looking. All right, come along with me. All right, so I am like the only one here, which is really weird. This is, again, a pretty popular trail, but nobody around. So last time I was here, I went to the upper lake, Granite Lake, I believe, and this is a little bit further. So I'm gonna make an attempt to try to get to Thompson. Yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to get some photos. I might end up just taking some photos of just some of the wildflowers that are popping up, because it is going to be kind of like in the middle of the day, and I'm not sure the light's going to be cooperative. So my name is Brent McGill. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and today we'll see what we get. All right, I am on the trail again, and I am kind of getting a late start. I mean, it is summertime now, so it's kind of hard to get up here early. I mean, I'm here probably around 7, got up at 5, but the sun starts to rise around 5. So anyway, it's kind of a late start. So to get up here on a sunrise, or at a sunrise, you probably need to be here overnight, and I just haven't been able to organize that yet. So I'm hoping this summer I'll be able to do that, and we'll do some lowland or Alpine Lakes photography, and we'll see. But that's a future goal. And right now, during this time, when I'm hiking and the sun's already up, I try to find patches of sunlight, and I try to look for kind of a nice soft light that might be appearing through the trees, to see if I can, make a nice picture with it. So it's all about kind of catching the light where it's kind of at its best. And when you get out of the trees here, it gets pretty harsh. So we shall see. This trail right now, it appears I'm the only one on it, but it connects to other trails, and I could easily run into somebody. But it's strange to me that nobody is on it right now, I guess. Okay, so behind me is there's a little sun. The sun's peeking out of the trees, which is kind of nice. And so if I set it to a really high f-stop, like F16 or something like that, I'll get a starburst. So that's something I like to do if I can. As I'm hiking through here, I'll look for that, because that's an opportunity. Sometimes that's overlooked, is the sun peeking through the trees and getting the foreground and everything with it. Something just moved next to me. It's just a squirrel, I think, or a bird. Anyway, I'll show you what I mean. So this is a nice scene, and I'll try to take a picture at like f16 and try to keep the ISO lower, but I don't care if it goes a little higher. And I'll look for these scenes as I walk through here. Because the sun's high and it's when I get above the tree line, it's not going to be as conducive for photography, the photography I want to do. So anyway. I don't know, some kind of toad there. I've never seen one that big or like that up here, I don't think. Pretty cool though. So sometimes when people are taking hikes here, I think they just think about getting to the top. They don't think about looking around so much at everything around them. You know, there is some value obviously in that, and I try to do that more and more. I think that's one thing photography will do for you, is it'll kind of make you more observant to the things around you. It is so thick in here. I mean, the trail's in really good shape, but it is thick, as you can kind of see. Yes, makes me not want to turn a corner and find a bear. You know what I mean? Got to keep myself noisy. Again, still haven't seen anybody. It's pretty cool. In fact, I'm running into a ton of webs, or spider webs, which makes me think I'm the first one on this trail for at least a day or a night. All right, so I found some wildflowers that I'm gonna shoot. I usually shoot these wide open so that I get a nice kind of milky background if I can. I do not have the macro on right now. I'm just gonna try to do it with the regular 24 to 200. Maybe I'll switch them up just so you can see the difference in both those. Okay, so I shot some of those, like I said, wide open, and I went ahead and went with the macro lens because these plants just look, I mean, pretty amazing in a macro, with a macro lens on. These are, I think these are, whatchamacallits, why can't I think of it now? They're in Colorado. it'll come to me later. Okay, so I'm in kind of a new section of trail here. New for me anyway. Thompson Lake Trail. And it's kind of in and out of the sun. Not too bad. This is kind of a beginner trail, I would say. So if you're looking to get out and take some photos and find a nice outdoorsy place, Granite Creek Trailhead is a good first start. Pretty warm. Today's actually got a heat advisory, but here in the lowlands, I think it's going to be cooler. So I did bring some water, which is good. But anyway, it's really nice right now. It's what, 9 o'clock, 9:40. Still making good time. Okay, so it's pretty buggy, but I am stopping to take some macros of some bear grass and some type of lily, it looks like. Just really, they're really beautiful. So I'm using my macro lens and I'm shooting wide open for these shots. And my shutter speed's a little bit higher just because I don't want it to shake. I'm not worried about focus stacking these. I mean, I don't have a tripod with me. I wanted to come light today. So I think it looks good either way. So it's kind of your preference if you want everything to be sharp. For these shots, they're just going to be, I'm going to focus on the center, or sometimes I do the edges depending on how large the flower is. So we will see what we get here. Let me show you what I'm looking at here. As I'm descending to the lake here, I am looking for some of these flowers, these wildflowers. And I'm looking for them to be kind of in a softer light. It's really bright, or it can be totally overcast with the shadows, but sometimes you find a flower here that's just like in a soft glow. So it's being filtered by the canopy here. So that's what I'm looking for, because that can produce a pretty nice wildflower shot. That's something I notice. All right, so I'm at Thompson Lake, and again, nobody here. This is really rare. I don't usually do a hike and see nobody. For 6 miles or so, I have seen nobody. So that's kind of cool, actually. Little solitude. But anyways, this is a beautiful hike. It is a bit more difficult than the Granite Lakes hike. It gets steep, and then also the descent down to the lake is pretty steep. But a lot of wildflowers are out right now, so if you're into that, get your camera out, come out and take photos. I think you need to stay overnight to kind of get some good sunset or sunrise kind of light. You could wait till late, but it's a long hike back. So I might have to plan for that in the future. Anyway, I'm gonna have a snack. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have a snack. All right, I am going to head back. The light out here is too harsh for landscape photography. I might take some more macro shots on the way back. I tried to take a couple abstract shots of the lake, but I really wasn't in the groove there. I'm tired. I need to get back to the car. So it is beautiful out here, and it's been a good scouting trip. Sometimes you have to go out to a place to scout it out first to see what potential it might have. A lot of potential out here. So I might be back, stay overnight. And there's a lot of islands in the lake. There's a few, so that might be kind of neat to photograph on a very calm day in the morning or in the evening. Right now the wind is picking up. I know a storm is coming in, so time to head back to the car. All right, so the video didn't quite go to plan. What happened was I turned my phone off and I couldn't get it back on, so unfortunately I couldn't shoot any more video. But that's okay, I made it. It is a long hike to Thompson Lake, 14 miles I think. I think it's over 4,000 feet of elevation, at least that's what it says on the Washington Trails Association. So it's a great site, by the way, if you're looking to find a hike. So anyway, I hope this video found you well. I hope that you enjoyed it, and if you're ever out looking for a place to take photos, I think Thompson Lake is promising, and there's this time of year right now in June, there's lots of wildflowers, so that's really good. That's why I brought the macro lens, and it was I meant to say this, a DX lens with an adapter on it for the Nikon Z, and that worked out great. I think some of the images are fine, and I used the 24-200 a little bit as well. So that's it for now. Again, hope you liked it. If you haven't, subscribe. Appreciate it. Give me a like. Until next time, ciao.